Hi, top of the afternoon, everybody. This is Damon Gonzalez from Latinbox Sports. We're joining you from the studios this afternoon. Big shout out to Empire Pro Tape, and we're powered by RX Water as well. We appreciate our sponsors for always coming through and looking through with our objectives and trying to support the sport of boxing and MMA and bare knuckle and everybody else. Big shout out to my boy Montero, Will Montero. For the shirt, Montero Boxing. That's my man, Michael. And I appreciate it very, very, very much. And once again, we're live this afternoon. We have a middleweight fighter coming on the show that we really appreciate this guy. And we've been watching him since his pro debut. He's an up-and-coming star in boxing. We just really, really like him. And we're going to bring him on the show. Angel Ilarraza is going to join us any second here. Good afternoon, Angel. How you doing, champ?
Good. How are you guys? Thank you for having me here. I'm really grateful and, happy to be here, man. Really happy to be here.
Welcome to the Slip Punches Show. What's nice about the Slip Punches Show is we're going to gather some information, and we're definitely going to talk about your story, because you have a tremendous, nice story that I would like to follow up with the fans here in boxing.
Yeah. That's awesome.
You're based in Ocala, Florida, correct?
Yes. I started my career right here.
So let's jump right in it. You're working with an amazing team, good friends, amazing team with Tito Ocasio and the gym up there in Ocala. Talk about the gym that you train in, and talk about your trainer. Talk about the experience building it up. You're what, 7-0 now?
6-0.
6-0.
Yes.
Let's start off by that. Let's talk about the foundation and where you work training for your professional fights.
Yeah. First of all, how I got to the gym, it was just through God, because I'm a big believer in everything. But like, I used to work down the street from the gym, and my friend used to go to the gym, and I started going with them, and that's how I started. And I've been with Tito and Jesse Robinson from day one. And I mean, I started just to train, I love the sport ever since I was a kid. I had never got the chance to do it, to practice it. So I got there, and ever since I got at the gym, I never left it. So that's like my second home. So ever since I got to the gym, Tito saw something on me that, he didn't let me go, and he started putting that foundation, training day by day, focusing on keeping hands up, doing all the basic stuff, which is the base of boxing. All the basics, it has been there. So I mean, up to date, from amateur boxing all the way to now professional, I've been with Tito from day one, and he had teach me, among other coaches, everything that I know right now. So, and it's awesome, he just God's word right there, So
now, Angels, boxing is definitely a business, but at the same time, on the other side of that coin is definitely a great foundation you have there with Tito, and it shows because I reflect back when I was ringside and I watched you fight. Big shout out to your promoter, Jesus Escalera. Jesus and T&K Promotions have really come on board to sit with you and make some great things happen in your career. Now it's coming so fast. You're already up.
Yeah, everything is happening really fast. Yeah.
So talk about that. Talk about how things settled with T&K and how, again, I was there the Hall of Fame weekend, and when you fought, I looked at you. And then I had to double look at you fight. I had to take a second look. And the reason why I took a second look, because I was like, this kid's been fighting for a very long time. And that's not the case.
No, I haven't. No, I haven't. I started a little late, just to say, on age. I wasn't like a kid that grew up on a ring, like started from 8 years old, 12 years old, or any of it. I started when I was like 21, and ever since I got to the gym, like I said, the foundation of the boxing, and getting together with Jesus Escalera, through Tito, my coach, he just taking me step by step, no rushing, but just doing the right step for me and my career. And I'm just really, trust on them. And basically everything that Jesus had done, has done it. It's like he's not hiding anything. He just being true to our team and true to what boxing is all about. And we just, just working hard and letting him, keep on making those moves for us. But like I just stay focused, fighting, and training, and ready for fights. So, and man, I'm just blessed, man. Like I just, it's crazy for me. It's just a little bit crazy, because I never turned a million year I'll be a professional boxer. But I love the sport, ever since I was a kid, I always loved the sport. I just, I was more like a baseball player based on my family background and everything, basketball and everything. But, boxing shows me. That's what I tell everybody. Boxing shows me because I can't describe it any other way,
Now, Angel, again, for what I see, and of course, you going into ring in these fights, this isn't a situation where you're actually going on YouTube, looking at tapes of your opponent, you're kind of checking them out. This is not what that's about. This is about you looking over, listening to your corner, listening exactly to the instructions, and you go out, and I see in a very calm way, you execute, and you're very patient, and you like the punch with the puncher. When the fighter throws a shot, you throw a shot because you kind of see where it's coming, but then you see where it's going. And I like that about your fights, that you're able to engage immediately as soon as the bell rings.
That's one of the things. Yeah, that's one of the things that, at least with that point of just listening to my corner, ever since I was an amateur, Tito had always said, just because like it happened through training and sparring, to where I looked over and then he's like, no, just focus on what I'm telling you and try to execute it. And I always been training myself, because that's another way that, I had trained myself to pretty much listening to my corner and try to get it, getting done the word that he's telling me. And then that connection that we have is just something I can really describe, you know what I mean? It's just more natural, like patiently, I always see the punches that he want me to throw, I move, listening, and just execute everything. And he just based that, like I say, ever since I started with him, he just been consistent with him. So,
well, you're also a guy that likes to get hit, because I seen you take a couple of shots in your fight, and you took them very, very well. So you belong here in boxing. There's no question.
Yeah. That's the thing. I got a a brain. I got a heart, and I got a good pair. So
that's awesome.
That's awesome. It's kind of crazy to say it like that, but it's pretty much what mostly you need on the ring, because you can be the strongest guy, because I'm not the strongest. That's what I call myself, bone power. That's another thing that we're probably gonna get down to. But I'm pretty smart about what I'm doing. Listening to my corner, being patient. I'm not a crazy guy rushing on into anything. And I got it hard. I'll fight anybody. However, I have proven into sparring. I spar heavyweights, heavy middleweights. I spar anybody. You know what I mean? And that's out of the side. Like I'll fight anybody. I got the heart for it. And then I got the other two that will keep me through it.
Now, Angel, of course, so many. I can go by the list of names of athletes. Gadwin Rosa. We can go through a whole list of fighters. Jaws Ocasio. There's just so many great kids that their foundation is out of the John 3:16 and 17 boxing club up there in Ocala. And how wonderful is that, knowing that you're all growing together? But even the shout out to Gadwin Rosa, he fights tonight in Atlantic City.
Well, no, he actually his fight got canceled. I've been following everything.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. His opponent got sick. So, but they got unfortunately. The fight got canceled with him.
Oh wow.
But everything in the boxing pretty much is more than boxing. At least in our gym, the way that we have, grow into the sport, I have grown into the sport. It's just more than boxing. Tito treat you like a family member. He love you. We help each other. it is more than the sport and the message that we bring out, through the sport, of Jesus, like our salvation, say, I want to say the word, I want to say it wrong, but our Savior. There you go, our Savior.
Yes.
So I'm sorry for my English. Sometimes I just kind of
No, Angel, you're doing great, and I appreciate this very much.
But yeah, through Jesus Christ, our Savior, it just it's no other any way, with him everything, without him nothing. So that's pretty much everything, just the gym, the family, it's a good connection, just like I said, just more than a sport, it just go beyond the sport.
Amen, Angel. It's humbling. It's a humbling thing and a humbling opportunity. And the next question I want to ask you, of course, is, again, you're in a situation like this and you don't ask for it, but it happens. There are opportunities where people in the outside, they come in and they're like, you know what? We love this and we want to support this. So where I'm going with this is, how great it is that you can get a magazine in the mail, and when you open the mail and it's a catalog for title boxing equipment, and you open it and then you're like, oh my God, my photo is in that magazine. You're supported by such a great organization and Title. Big shout out to Title on this award. And so many others, because again, there's a mortgage company. There's just so many people that are surrounding around you. Talk about that, because that's great things to have.
Like I said, man, God worked through, different ways. I mean, like I said, blessing after blessing, ever since I got to the gym, we represent God, we've been blessed with Title. Douglas Ward saw me on my last fight in Puerto Rico as an amateur, and he saw me, I believe he got impressed with the performance that I put, knocking the guy out on the first round. And ever since, coming to the gym, doing supporting and sponsoring our gym, us, it's just a blessing. Blessed with Title, blessed with Jesus Escalera, being blessed myself with Tito, just having me, and Jesse. It was great, Title boxing, he just been there ever since, from day one, and it's really awesome just to be able to be part of them. You know what I mean? Just be able to just be on the photo shooting, be able to just promote their equipment, great equipment, always there, putting all our equipment on time, like always having on point, everything, always, hey, you need this, you need that. He's always there for us, you know what I mean? So he is great and blessing, like I just can't describe it, it's a little crazy for me, but I'm a stay humble, I'm a really humble guy, I'm just blessed, and we just go as far as God led us, and we'll see what happens.
Angel, your loved ones, your family, you go home and you look at them in the face and you're like, I'm a boxer. I go in the ring and I fight. I mean, how is that accepted, and how are things going at home? And I'm sure things are great, because your support from your last fight, when I saw you here in the St. Pete area, was just so genuine with the support I saw from your family.
No, definitely. My family, without my wife, at least, without her supporting me through the beginning, because she never knew me as a boxer. I started the sport just because I want to go to the gym and, throw some hands, I guess, train and get in shape or whatever, but her being patient with me and supporting me through these many years that, I've been doing it, like I say, just having my wife, just another blessing, just because she just supporting me always, oh, you didn't run today. Why you didn't you run? Or, coming after me, and that kind of stuff, it's just great, So, but yeah, like my family, her hometown, a lot of guys that start following us, and I haven't got too many family out here. I just have probably my brother, my aunt. I don't have too many family members, but everybody that comes to the gym, they become our family. So that's spread out. And we have a big family, we are a big family at the gym. Everybody just know each other, and we treat ourselves with respect, love, and that's how it goes. But based on my, my career, just becoming home, coming home. Yeah, I'm a professional boxer. Oh, look, I'm entitled, website. Oh, I'm on the page. So this and that. It's pretty impressive, because I never thought none of that would happen.
It's wonderful.
But yeah, man. Yeah, my wife, I can say enough, man, honestly. So
Angel, that's great. And of course, we're going into the holiday season. Happy holidays.
Yeah, you guys too.
Easy on the coquito. Okay.
Oh no, I'm great.
So I asked you for, and I'm sure you've sat with your team, 2022. Talk about where you at with your goals and how many times you think you will want to fight next year.
I'll fight as many times as I could. As I fought these when the what the heck
you just fought in Ocala a couple of weeks ago. You won
right here. Yeah, on the first round, I was just ready to go back in it again. I'm ready to go back at it right now. So, but like for next year, we're just gonna go fight by fight and see where it takes us, and keep on training hard like I always have, like I always am. I'm always in the gym. I'm always training. I work, but like I'm always training, man. I'm always doing something. My work is my workout. I'm always ready. So for 2022, I'm just hoping for big things to happen, either at the middle of the year or later down at the end of the year. But I'll take fight by fight and see where it takes us, and take advantage of every challenge or any situation that we have. So
that's great. That's great to hear, because I'm definitely looking forward to it. I follow you. I believe in you. You're a great young man.
Thank you. Appreciate
real
that.
Quick, in English, give a shout out to all your fans, then shift gears and give a shout out to all your fans in Spanish. Go for it.
Hey, everybody that's following Angel, Bon Power Ilarraza. Thank you guys. You guys have been the best. To all our sponsors, our promoter, our coaches. I want to thank you all, guys, because without you guys, I wouldn't be here. And just keep on following me on Facebook, Instagram as Angel Ilarraza, and I'll have update for every fight, for everything that that is gonna be happening in the future. So thank you guys. Thank you for the support, and I'm out here for anybody. So in Spanish now.
Dale.
A toda mi familia que está viendo esto, a todos mi fanaticada en Puerto Rico, aquí en Ocala, muchas gracias por el apoyo, los quiero, los amo, y ya el 2022 estaremos por ahí siguiendo palo a palo, poco a poco, a ver hasta dónde llegamos, pero con el apoyo de ustedes no estuviéramos aquí tampoco. So, muchas gracias.
Angel, who you like tonight, Devin Haney or Joseph Jojo Diaz?
I don't like them both, neither of them, but like, if I choose, yeah, I mean, the winner, I think Haynes is gonna win, definitely. I think it's gonna probably late rounds knockout, but definitely I see Haynes winning. So I think he's gonna be able to outbox or fight. If he has to exchange, he will exchange, no problems. And outboxing, he have to move around, and I think Jojo is gonna come forward a lot. So we'll see what happens. That's the beauty of the sport. You never know what's gonna happen. You never know how they're gonna come out fighting, and you just gotta hope for the best. For the best one to win. So
that's right. I know the next one, which is on Sunday. Tito, you're not gonna like this one. Either you pay your tie in church, or you pay Showtime Championship Boxing. You decide who you want to pay. Gervonta Davis versus Cruz. What's your take on that fight? Who you like in that fight tomorrow?
Well, I would have rather have Romero fighting him, but hey, Cruz is gonna come forward like a dog, like a pit bull, and I think Tank is gonna time him pretty good, moving around and just count him and get him out there quick. That's what I think. That's my opinion. But who knows? Who knows?
And hey, man, it's well appreciated, because I always dialogue with the fighters and the promoters and the boxers and everybody. Predictions are real important for all of us to dialogue that. Listen, we at Latinbox Sports, we don't like to keep our guests on for very, very long. There's reasons behind that. You know,
Yeah,
there's a lot of things that we take in consideration, the holidays, of course, training camps when you're training for fights and stuff like that.
yeah.
But definitely, listen, we really, really love to have you come back on the show.
Anytime, just let me know when, and I'll make the time for it. No worries. I'm here available for you anytime. And thank you very, 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 very much. I'm really, 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 really grateful to have you, to be here with you and talk a little bit about boxing, about myself, and just I'm just grateful. And
Angel,
I appreciate
if the
you guys.
fans if they go on Instagram and they want to follow you, how can they follow you on social media?
Yeah, they can look at me at Angel Ilarraza. Simple. On Instagram and Facebook. That's the only two that I have. I'm mostly on Instagram lately. Facebook, I kind of got boring. I go on Facebook to the marketplace looking for tools and stuff.
That's awesome. Champion, once again, keep on punching. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We appreciate you. God bless you. And
God
we'll
bless
see you
guys.
soon back in the ring, okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Take care, Angel. Keep on punching, brother.
All right. Take care. God bless.
Okay. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, guys. That was a great interview. Angel's a great fighter. We're looking forward to seeing him early next year. Just listen out for T&K Promotions on Facebook, where you can get some update coverage on when he will be back in the ring. We're looking forward to it. Damon Gonzalez from Latinbox Sports. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to our show. We appreciate you. Keep on punching. It's fight night. Let's enjoy the fights on DAZN tonight. Damon Gonzalez, I'm out. Take care.